Imagine walking into a room and instantly acting like you own it. You speak loudly, you smile confidently, you make people laugh. But inside, your heart is racing. Every sentence feels calculated. Every reaction feels like a test. And one uncomfortable question is enough to crack the entire performance. What if I told you most confidence you see today is fake, not confidence, performance? And the louder it looks on the outside, the more fragile it often is underneath. Today, we're diving into the psychology of fake confidence, why people create it, how to spot it, and how real confidence is built differently. Fake confidence is everywhere, in meetings, on dates, on social media, even in everyday conversations. Some people fake confidence so well, they eventually fool everyone around them, sometimes even themselves. But behind most fake confidence is something surprisingly human: fear. Fear of rejection, fear of looking weak, fear of not being enough. Because deep down, most people don't want admiration. They want protection. Psychologists call this impression management. Human beings naturally try to control how others see them. And in a world where confidence gets rewarded instantly, people learn to perform certainty even when they feel completely lost inside. Social media made this worse. Now everyone looks successful, confident, disciplined, untouchable. So people start building personalities instead of identities. And over time, the performance becomes exhausting. Here's the interesting part: fake confidence isn't always intentional manipulation. Sometimes it's survival. A person who constantly brags may not secretly think they're superior. They may secretly feel invisible. That's why fake confidence is often loud, because insecurity hates silence. Real confidence doesn't need constant proof. Fake confidence does. And once you understand that, you start noticing the signs everywhere. The first sign is overcompensation. People with fake confidence often dominate conversations, interrupt constantly, or turn everything into a competition. Why? Because silence feels dangerous to them. If attention disappears, their sense of worth disappears with it. Real confidence is different. It doesn't panic when somebody else shines. Another sign is defensiveness. Challenge a fake confident person, even slightly, and watch how fast the mask reacts. Suddenly, they become aggressive, dismissive, sarcastic, or emotionally reactive because their confidence isn't built on self worth, it's built on protection. Real confidence can handle feedback. Fake confidence treats feedback like an attack. Another huge sign: constant validation seeking. They need attention, praise, recognition, admiration. Not occasionally, constantly. Because fake confidence is externally powered. The moment validation disappears, the insecurity underneath becomes visible again. That's why some people look extremely confident in public, but completely fall apart when they're alone. And honestly, modern culture rewards this behavior. The loudest person gets attention. The most opinionated person gets noticed. The most performative person gets engagement. So people confuse visibility with confidence, but they're not the same thing. Real confidence is usually quieter, calmer, less desperate to prove itself. A truly confident person doesn't walk into every room trying to dominate it. They walk in comfortably being themselves. That's a massive difference. Now here's the dangerous part. Living behind fake confidence for too long becomes emotionally exhausting. You start performing constantly, and eventually, you lose connection with who you actually are underneath the image. That's why many people who appear confident are secretly anxious all the time, because maintaining a mask is tiring. So, how do you build real confidence? Not by pretending harder, by becoming. Real confidence is built through evidence. Small promises kept to yourself, difficult conversations survived, skills developed quietly over time, failure experienced and survived. That's why real confidence feels calm. It has proof behind it. You don't need to scream when you already know your value, and maybe that's the biggest difference of all. Fake confidence is obsessed with being seen. Real confidence is focused on being grounded. One performs, the other simply exists. At the end of the day, fake confidence might help someone enter the room, but real confidence lets them feel peaceful after they leave it. And in a world full of performance, that kind of authenticity becomes rare. If this video made you see people differently, subscribe. Because the deeper you understand human psychology, the harder it becomes to ignore what people are really hiding.